we're learning more about a proposed House bill that's looking to change a decision made previously by the Oklahoma Court of Appeals. It centers around pregnant women using medical marijuana with approval from their doctors. News Channel 8's Lauren Henry joins us now in studio with more on this bill. Lauren.
Brenna, House Bill 1750 seeks to overturn the decision made last year in the State versus Aguilar case that found pregnant mothers cannot be charged with child neglect if they use medical marijuana. We spoke with experts and attorneys about the impact this legislation could have on mothers if passed.
I have not seen a single case filed where if you're lawfully taking some prescription pill or prescription medication that they say, oh, because that could have an impact on the kid, we're going to file a child neglect. They only do it for marijuana because they don't like marijuana.
Jared Stevenson worked on a case nearly identical to State versus Aguilar, the case that led the Oklahoma Court of Appeals to determine that an expecting mother cannot be charged with child neglect for using marijuana prescribed by her doctor. Now, through House Bill 1750, that decision lies in the hands of our state legislators.
It's just another instance where the government is trying to interject themselves between doctor-patient relationships, and this only affects women. Specifically, it doesn't affect men. And so it seems unfair altogether.
According to a study by the CDC, the most frequently reported reasons for marijuana use during pregnancy was to relieve stress or anxiety, nausea or vomiting, and pain. We heard from health officials in July about the possible effects of marijuana use during pregnancy.
Some of the biggest concerns are that the unborn fetus can be at risk for what we call fetal growth restriction, or baby not growing as well as he or she should be. And I would recommend against any marijuana use in pregnancy.
We reached out to the bill's author, State Representative Anthony Moore, but he declined to answer our questions about the bill. And still, some questions on the bill's language remain.
That part of the proposed bill where it says that the mother knowingly uses marijuana during her pregnancy, there's no way to determine that.
This proposed legislation does spark concern for some for multiple reasons, including the possible repercussions of receiving felony child neglect charges.
The law that it would be added to is the child neglect law, which contains a potential punishment of life in prison for these pregnant women using prescription marijuana. It's scary, and it's a bill with pretty deep consequences.
What kind of ball does this start rolling when we criminalize one medication but not any others?
I think you're identifying exactly the problem here. This is a real slippery slope. If we start criminalizing prescription medication, we are going to be in effect greenlighting even further government interference into decision-making that should be between a pregnant person and her doctor.
With the legislative session set to begin on Monday, we will continue to follow this bill and others, giving you updates as they're made available. In studio, I'm Lauren Henry, News Channel 8.